Hey guys, welcome back to the Art House, the one place on YouTube where you can enter your art to win a coloring contest. Can't wait to see all the creativity you guys came up with last time. Let's take a look at our favorite art from our last video.
Last week, Chris showed us how to draw this really cool World Cup poster. And look at this gorgeous submission by Graham. He took a picture when he was done coloring it in and sent it to us. We're so happy to be able to feature Graham's art. Nice job, Graham.
Use this QR code to submit your art to our mailbox. Take a screenshot now, and then when you're done with your creation, go back, tap and hold the QR code, and that will take you to a place where you can submit your art to be entered into the contest. Today, we're gonna be making a keep out of my room sign together. Let's dive in. I wanna start this one with just a giant symbol that means get out of here, keep out. And I'm gonna put it right in the page, right in the center of the page. So it's gonna be a big circle. Again, I'm pretty good at winging a circle, pretty decent the first time. It might take you 5-10 times. That's all right. Try your best. If you got to grab a cup or a bowl or something to trace, do that. No big deal. All right, so we've got our circle. I did that with a guide with a pencil, but to be honest with you, I probably could have done it with a pen, but no big deal. If you want to try it with a pencil and then trace it, that works too. All right, I'm going to go over this with my pen. And I'm just treating it as a guide. I'm not gonna try to be perfect. I'll erase the lines later. Pretty good. All right, now the universal symbol of do not enter is this here. You're gonna see this if you ever look out the window on the street, you're gonna see a big red sign with a white line in it. That means don't enter. All right, love that. Now we're gonna have the words keep out, kind of rounding out our little symbol here. We're going to have a whole bunch of other stuff on the page, but let's just start one thing at a time. All right, for keep, I want to keep my letters off of this circle a little bit, so I'm going to kind of make a guideline, and it's going to say out on the bottom, but I don't want my letters to touch that symbol, so make a little guideline, and then I'm going to do a parallel one up here, kind of about an inch, or I don't know what that is. It's about an inch, right? 1.5 inches. Now, you could have just made 2 other circles here. That could work too. But I kind of want to save some space here for something else, a little surprise later. So there's our guides. We're going to write keep on the top and out on the bottom. I'm going to rotate this here because it's just easier when you're working with a circle. Just square yourself up. You'll be happy. Oh, now I almost forgot. How many letters are in keep? 4, right? So I can split this. That's an even number of letters, so I can split this down the middle, make my life easy here. Now I can split this down the middle. Split this one down the middle. Boom, you got 4 even. K-E-E-P. Love it. Down here, how many letters is out? 3, right? Okay, so I'm pretty good at eyeballing thirds. You know, when you get to 4th, 5th, it's pretty tough to eyeball, but I'm just gonna try to do my best here. You know what too? I'm gonna shorten this up a little bit. If I had an eraser, I would just get rid of these lines here. But just, it's only 3 letters, so I just don't want it to be too stretchy. So, O-U-T, perfect. All right, guides are in, ready to rock. All right, we're gonna start with our K. I'm gonna do some skinny letters here because we're gonna do some other cool fonts up top. We are gonna do kind of block letters though, but they're gonna be skinny guys. So, I'm gonna rock them like that. Here's my K, I'm gonna rotate. E, now, remember I like to do my E's where that middle leg is really close to the bottom or really close to the top, because it just feels fancy. I'm gonna do this one the same. These are long, stretchy letters. P, I don't want my P to get too crazy stretchy, so we're gonna kind of end it at just a hair early here. There we go. Keep. Now we have to do out. We're gonna go down to the bottom here. We're gonna do our O. Those are pretty easy. Just following the box. Try to make that thickness about the same as up top. That's something you're gonna get the hang of. It's tricky to do at first, but the more you do this, the easier it's gonna get to kind of draw those parallel lines and not cross them. And if you cross them, who cares? It's fine. You're gonna color this in anyways, right? We're doing our T. Keep out. Love that. All right. Now, we're gonna put the person's name and their room down here eventually. But I want to start with a couple little guys here. What says keep out more than a skull and crossbones? When I thought of this idea, I absolutely loved it. So there's the eyes of the skull, just two circles next to each other. We're gonna do a little upside down heart for the nose. And then we're gonna start here and do a little roundy circle for the skull head. And down here, just give him a couple teeth. It's kind of a cartoon skull, but looks pretty good. All right, now same thing over here. Again, you know, this is the space I'm working with here. I kind of want to center that skull in that space. I'm gonna draw my circles there. It's not gonna turn out in my nose. It's not gonna turn out exactly like the other one, and that's totally fine. Not every skull is alike. There we go. Okay. Now, I like to do a little crossbones on the skulls here. So we're gonna come out here, do a little bulb like that. If you need to slow down the video, go for it. We're gonna turn the page. It's always easier for me to draw kind of up and straight up and down. So I just turn my page to make it easier. All right, that's one. Jump over to this guy. A little bony. Well, ran out of room there, but that's all right. Just do your best. It's okay if you run out of room. All right, keep out. Skull and crossbones. All right, let's do someone's name. This one's gonna be for Zach's room. We want people to keep out of Zach's room. Now we're gonna experiment with kind of a crazy font here. For one letter, I'm gonna kind of guide it out, but then I'm just gonna roll with it for the rest of them, and you'll kind of see what we're doing here. So Zach's, which is possessive, right? It's gonna be an apostrophe S at the end. That's gonna be 5 letters, Z-A-C-H apostrophe S. So 5 letters. I'm gonna kind of box it out here. Kind of guide it out. And I'm going to, we've got a middle letter here is the C. So I'm gonna widen out that middle for that middle letter C, and then I'm left with this box here to split in half, Z-A-C. I'm left with this rectangle here to split in half for the H. We'll put an apostrophe in there and then S. All right, now ready for this crazy font? This font is, we're gonna do big block letters. Okay, so I'm gonna guide out my Z. This font puts a shadow on the top and the right side of every part of every letter. And it really kind of makes this cool 3D look. So we're gonna hit all the tops and the right sides. Now I'm gonna count this angled one as a right side. So tops and right side. Now this is a top. I'm gonna count that as a top. Okay, so there's my Z. Now, I'm not gonna draw out the rest of the letters. I've done this so often, I can just kind of wing it. I'm gonna do the top of an A. I'm gonna do the rest of the A here. So the right side on the tops. Now I'm gonna do my curvy C here. I'm gonna kind of connect right where that one left off. Come down here. There's my C. You might have to slow down the video for these. You might have to draw the block letters out and then just trace the tops and sides. Totally fine. Once you super get the hang of it like I do, you'll be able to just crank this out. We're we're gonna do an H, a little apostrophe guy, and then we're gonna do an S. S's are probably one of the trickiest ones to get, but just takes practice. All right, Zach's. Now we're gonna do room down here. Similar thing, just for funsies, we'll kind of box out what we're dealing with here. Room, 4 letters, split it in half, and then split those in half. Really helps to kind of get that thing stretched across the page, and you'll be less frustrated making mistakes, especially if you're working with the pen. All right, let's see. Now my R is gonna look something like this. R's are a little tricky too sometimes. I think we can probably connect that. That's fine. O's can be tricky just to make those nice circles, but practice makes perfect. What am I saying? Perfect. We're never gonna be perfect on this show, so practice makes better. How about that? There we go. Boom. Zach's room. Now, you know me, I don't like to leave a lot of white space, so we're gonna fill in these little symmetrical boxes here. Zach's a big baseball guy, so we're gonna draw in some baseballs. Just to add a little personal flair. Ooh, my paper got a little sticky there. Baseballs look something like this. And just to make them a little more realistic, we're gonna add a little, the lace of the baseball, because why not? All right, I don't know about you, but I am scared to death to enter Zach's room. There's no way I'm going in there, skull and crossbones, the symbols perfectly clear, super fun. All right, guys, that was so much fun. Now here comes the important part. Submit your work to us so we can feature you for all the viewers. If you're on a phone or a tablet, simply just take a screenshot of the QR code, go to your Photos app, and hold your finger down on the QR, and it'll take you right to a page where you can upload your work. Thanks, everybody. Keep on drawing, and we'll see you in the next video where we feature some of our favorite work.